So do you think laser scanning has to be expensive? Well, I'll show you how to do it with about $1,000. So welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about laser scanning and how you could do it kind of on the cheap, on the fly. Might be a really short video. It might be a really long video. Really don't know. I'm just going to free flow it. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out on the channel. I don't make any money on it, but you know, I like to see the numbers go up anyway. So let's get to it. So you might be asking, what is laser scanning? Or you might have heard of LiDAR. Well, this is when you go out with a piece of equipment and it shoots out laser beams all over the place. It measures how far those laser beams go, and it creates something that they call a point cloud. Point cloud, you can bring that into Revit or AutoCAD or Navisworks and use those points to do design or see what's there. There's some big players in there. The ones that come to mind right off the hand is Faro, Leica, and ZNF. All very, very good scanners. And it just really depends on how much you want to spend to get one of these. You know, the Leicas start out at around $80,000, I think, or $90,000. The Faros start out around 50 or 60, and then the ZNF is, you know, I think, right around $100,000 to $120,000. Well, to get into those, very, very expensive. Yeah, you can go on eBay. You can probably find some of those a little cheaper, probably around $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. But there is a cheaper alternative. That cheaper alternative, iPhone. Ever since iPhone 12 Pro Max came out, I don't know, 2021, I think it was, they have a LiDAR sensor on it. So if you look on the back of your camera on the iPhone, this little black dot right here is a LiDAR sensor, and it will shoot out laser beams and do measurements. But you have to have the right software in order to do that. I don't think Apple has one right now that it uses or has developed on its own. It's using third-party softwares. And in probably the next several videos covering this, we're going to try out some of these softwares. I have tried out pretty much every one of them. There's some really good ones out there, and they range in different prices. So the one that we're going to look at today is called SiteScape. Okay, and to me, it's one of the better ones out there. And again, we'll kind of cover some of the ones. They all have their pluses and negatives, and you're not going to get like a high resolution point cloud out of these. These are not going to replace your terrestrial scanner. I don't think they'll really replace your mobile SLAM scanners. But if you need a scan, you need a point cloud, you need to measure in a pinch, this is definitely a way to do it. Okay, so once you have the app open, you can go into settings and you can choose your settings. So point density, you got low, medium, and high, and ultra. We're going to choose high in this case. Point size, low, medium, high. We're going to keep it as medium. And range, we're going to say full. I don't have an account right now, so we're not going to worry about that. And then you got help center and contact support. So you hit tap to start. And when you do, you'll start seeing that data start coming in. The point clouds will start filling out, and that will show you exactly what you have captured and what still needs to be captured. Now, just like with any laser scan software, or you know, whether you're using terrestrial or mobile SLAM scanning or whatever, it's only as good as what the scanner can see, so it works off of a line of sight. So if you need to get underneath something, then you're going to have to get on the floor and you're going to have to point the laser scanner in that direction. In this case, we're scanning underneath my desk, and now we're scanning on top of my desk. And as the video shows, it will start capturing all this data. Now, the progress bar down at the bottom shows you how long of a scan you have. Once it hits red, it's going to stop scanning and it's going to allow you to restart. So we're going to pass across the room. Now you can see that I have a whole bunch of Hot Wheels on the wall. It's not grabbing those, really well, just because, again, this is not a terrestrial scanner. So you just kind of pass it across the room until you get the data that you need. Now, as you can see, we have the bar that is almost completely full, and when it's done, it's going to come up and says, do you want to capture a bigger space? Add up to 10 scans now. So we're going to hit yes, or we're going to hit the start button again, and it's going to start over, and we're going to capture a second one. Now, it does have some trouble with capturing scans in low light, or areas in low light. Sometimes it does have trouble with scanning things that are in black. There's a couple toy cars right there that you can see that did not get captured because they're black and it just had trouble doing it. So we're just going to keep going around the room until we're done and we feel like we've got everything we need. I feel like we've got everything now. We're going to hit stop on the record, on the capture. And when it's done, you have a choice of hitting done. And that's what we want to do here. So hit done. And so it's going to come up with a preview of your scan. This allows you to kind of zoom in, pan around, see what's there. If you're missing anything, go back and capture it. Now we are looking at scan number 1, but it gives you the option to look at scan number 2 whenever you want to by pressing the picture icon of scan number 2. Same thing, zoom in, look around, see what you still need to capture. Keep in mind what you've got in your first scan. Once you're happy with it, then you get to choose whether you're going to close the app, export it, or sync it to the cloud. We're going to hit export, and this will give you the option of saving what file format. Your choices with the free version is PLY and an E57. We're going to export E57, but if you have the paid version, then you're going to be able to export it to a recap file directly from the software. But we're going to hit E57 in this case. So we're converting to E57. It's going to convert both scans, and it's going to ask us where we want to save it. We can send it to someone if we wanted to, or save it to, in this case, my iCloud, and we're going to create a folder there. So we're going to save it under CAD Crazy. We're going to create a folder called Scan, and then we're going to save the scans there. You just hit save at the top. It'll start uploading it to iCloud. And now you can see that we have 2 scans on the iCloud. Next, we're going to have to actually export this out of iCloud into something that we can convert it like Recap. So once we have the scan downloaded from iCloud, and again, this is an E57 format, we're going to register it using Recap. Recap is pretty inexpensive. It's like $1,000 a year for the Pro model, and it allows you to register different point cloud data. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit new project. We're going to say import point cloud. We're going to give this a name. We're going to say this is SiteScape demo. And we're going to, let's see, we're going to do here, project folder, reality capture, SiteScape. Okay. And we're going to select this folder. Okay. We're going to hit proceed. And then you can click on inside a recap. You can click on select files to import, or you can just drag them. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to drag those over and bring them in. Okay. Gives you some options here. Decimation 5 millimeters. I typically turn my decimation off, and what that means is it kind of removes points from you. Makes it a little lighter of a file to use. I turn them off. I don't want to decimate anything. I want to see everything we've got. But it does make a much bigger file, just to let you know. Filtering, go back in here, intensity clip. We're not going to clip any of our points. We scan the room, so we're not going to go far. So we're going to hit import, and we're going to let this process. Okay, so that took about 2.5 minutes or so. So we're going to index it. It's going to do another type of process. It's going to bring those two scans together. Launch project. And it actually did a really good job of merging these two scans together. And so now you can see we have, both scans in here. We can see everything. We can pull dimensions. Go from this wall over to this wall. Okay, so we got 8 foot 8. If we wanted to do our ceiling, we're going to grab our floor, and we're going to come up, and we're going to grab our ceiling. And so, we're looking at, 8 foot 10. And so, again, you can make very good dimensions out of this. Now, again, I wouldn't say this is design quality where you're going to see every nuts and bolts and everything else. But if you need to get a piece of equipment, or if you need to get the dimensions of a room really quick, this is a good way to do it. Now you can see that the scan is kind of off-centered, and you can rotate your scan. You can set your origin point. And I have a video on that. So go look at that one there, and that'll teach you how to align your scans. So again, this software is called SiteScape, and it's by Faro. So it's one of the big 3, as I call them, terrestrial laser scanning companies. Came out with a software for you to use with your iPhone. Again, it only works with iPhone 12 and 12 Pro and above, and iPad Pro, I believe, maybe with the M1 chip. I can't remember the exact model that actually came with the LiDAR. But if you see this little black dot right there, that tells you that it is it has a LiDAR sensor on it. So I hope that helps you understand that you can get into the reality capture, laser scanning, LiDAR, space relatively cheaply with free software and a cell phone. And you can pick up the older iPhones for probably $200, $300, $400 off of eBay or Facebook Marketplace, and you can start going to town. Go play with it. And if there's any other softwares you want me to look at, I have plans to try out some of these other ones that are out there, and then we're going to compare them side by side. And I'll figure out a way that I can upload the data to the site and let you download the data for yourself. And that way you can kind of take a look and see how good it is. So anyway, Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel, and until next time.